All right, here's our problem of the day today. Sue and Jack are each baking a pie. Sue's recipe calls for 3/4 of a pound of strawberries. Jack's recipe calls for 7/8 of a pound. Whose recipe calls for more strawberries? All right, I'm going to underline this calls for just so we can talk about the vocabulary for a minute. Calls for means, in this scenario, it means it needs or it asks for. So lots of times when we're using a recipe, we'll use the phrase, how many eggs does your recipe call for? That just means what's on its list, what does it need? All right, so Sue and Jack, they're each baking a pie. Sue needs 3/4 of a pound of strawberries, and Jack needs 7/8 of a pound. All right, well, the good news is we're talking about pounds on both of them. So that means that we can compare them. It's not like we're saying Sue needs 3/4 of an inch and Jack needs 7/8 of a pound. We can't really compare those. So this is good. So let's look at our diagrams here. We're going to have this one be Sue, and this will be Jack, and these are our fraction models that we're going to use. All right, well, Sue, hers are broken down into fourths, but this rectangle has 8 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to pretend like this center line is not here. And that means I'm going to count this whole up and down section as 1. This will be 2. This will be 3. This will be 4. And this whole thing represents what? 1 pound. Okay, we can't forget about that. So that whole represents 1 pound. This whole also represents 1 pound. All right, but here Jack his is an eighth. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So his pound is broken down into 8 sections. And Sue's pound is only broken down into 4 sections. Her groups are larger. All right, and we need to have, I'm going to change my pen color so you can see what's going on here. We need to have 3 of her strawberry sections, 3/4 of the pound. So we're going to shade in all of this area right here, 3/4 of a pound. Now, Jack, on the other hand, he needs 7/8 of a pound. So let's go ahead and shade in Jack. So there's 1, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8. I'm going to stop right there. What do you notice? Yes, the 2 sides are shaded the same amount. Even though I didn't use as many lines, they're still the same. Okay. But he needs 7/8. So I have to color that one in. Now, which one used more of their pound? Jack. So we're going to say that 7/8 is greater than 3/4. All right, so that's about it. We have 3/4 right here, and we have 7/8 here. And you can tell by looking at the fraction model that Jack has more shaded. So that means Jack has more strawberries in his strawberry pie. But we have to make sure we answer the question. It did not ask for this. It asked for who. So it's Jack has more strawberries. There we go. Very good. That'll be it. Hey, this is just a little extra slide I wanted to share with you. This is how strawberries are grown. They're grown in strawberry fields most of the time. It looks just like this nice and neat rows of strawberries. And when you look closely, you see all the strawberry plants in the row, and they're going to look like this. You can see the little strawberries on there. Here you see a bunch of people picking strawberries. Now, these are not the workers there. These are people that go to the farms and they pick strawberries for themselves. When I was a little girl, I used to do that with my mom and my sister all the time. Every year we would go strawberry picking at a place called Harry Wary's. Anyway, this here is what they look like close up. Every once in a while, we would find some that were awesome. They'd look like this. They have 6, 7 big, juicy strawberries on there. Or you'd see the little buds, like this little strawberries in the making. And we took pictures like this. This is not me, but it's similar to, not what I would look like, but what was happening. We'd have like little kids picking strawberries, eating half the strawberries as they're picking. It was fun times. Sometimes we'd put them in buckets that look like this, or a little bigger than that. And sometimes they'd be in these sort of like baskets. This looks huge in this picture, but it's really not that big of a basket. It's kind of long and narrow, like a big shoebox. And then, of course, they look like this when they're cut. Beautiful. This shows the inside really well. I don't know. Hopefully all of you have had strawberries before. This is the meat of the berry right here. These are the seeds of the berry, and the little part where the stem comes from. When we get home, this was the worst part in this picture here. We'd have to get all the tops of the strawberries off. Usually my mom would just cut them, but sometimes she would have us pick them off like this. And this made my fingernails really sore because you have to pick underneath there. She would use a knife, but we weren't allowed to use knives. But in the end, it was all worth it because we would end up with this and jelly and fun stuff like that. Okay, so my question to you, obviously there's a reason why I'm sharing all this with you. But my question to you is, what fraction of the pictures has a human or part of the human in the fraction, in the picture? Which pictures, what fraction of the pictures has a human or part of a human in the picture? Okay, well, there's humans here, so that's one picture. There's a human here, 4 of them, that's 2 pictures. Human hands here, 3 pictures. Human hands here, 4 pictures. So we have 4 pictures with hands, or humans, sorry. And how many pictures in all? 4, 8, 12. So 4 of the 12 pictures have humans in them. Very good. That's about it. I just wanted to share my story, really. Okay, adios.